Hi, how are you, Linda?
I'm good, Sonia. How are you?
Good, thank you.
How about you?
As usual, working, helping.
Yes, yes. Very exciting. You must love it.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love meeting you. I love meeting everybody.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. And meeting everybody's higher self is such a joy. And I was happy to meet your higher self as well.
Yes, thank you. Yes, it was a pleasure having the experience with you.
Mhm. And when you conduct your sessions later on, and you will understand exactly what I mean.
Right, right.
Okay, so we would like to know, Linda, how has been your life after the session, QHHT session? You can share something with us?
Yeah, sure. Well, it was kind of like mind-blowing. So I had to take a couple of days to digest and reflect. And then I went into my meditations and whatnot. And just knowing what higher self has delivered in the messages. So I've been connecting to that a lot more, and things are just like lining up, and it's pretty phenomenal. Like certain signs and certain like it's been pretty profound actually. A lot of I'm getting my higher self, my messages are a lot more clearer. Like I guess maybe I'm listening more now.
Okay.
Not that I didn't listen before, but I would hear something and then I would go, is that my higher self or is that just, my ego or whatever? So I was trying to differentiate between the two. And then I just said, you know what, stop the noise and just focus. So I was doing that a lot more. And just certain signs, like I'd be thinking about something. And a lot of things happened yesterday, which was pretty cool. We went to a rally in London, Ontario for freedom.
Okay.
And on the drive home, we were just talking about certain things that are happening in the world because we were in a truck with 5 other women. And we were just talking about certain things. And then all of a sudden, the sky opened up.
Oh.
And there was these images like crazy in the sky because it was like really, really kind of stormy, cloudy in one area, like coming east.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this huge rainbow.
Wow.
Yeah, so we were talking about certain things and, stuff happening in the world. And then, of course, we see this big rainbow. And then we go under this one bridge and we're talking about, God and whatnot and source. And then under one of these bridges, I don't know where we were because I was in the back seat. I just happened to look up and there's like the bridge has like a monarch on both sides of the bridge.
Wow.
Yeah. And there was another thing that happened when we were driving, but it's a bit of a dark story and I don't want to go there. But it's okay. But I was just like, because I'm thinking of things in my head going, okay, well, is this a sign? And I kept hearing, yep, it is, yep, it is. And then a certain song would come on. So, and I would see numbers. I'm seeing like 333 all the time, and I'm seeing 1111. And I have this lovely angel book.
Oh, wow. Yes, yes.
To tell you what the numbers
I've
mean.
seen that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I just went through them and went, oh, okay. So basically it's divine timing. The angels are talking to you. Your higher self is talking to you. So it just gives you that more reassurance that you're listening to your higher self, and it just confirms it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I've noticed a lot of different events are opening up, like opportunities. Life just seems to be a bit more relaxed and more, it's just flowing a little bit smoother these days.
Mm-hmm.
I feel happier.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful things you're experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
And nice thing is that you are aware of those things.
Yes. Oh, very much so.
Mm-hmm.
I was aware before, but I would always just question it, thinking, oh, it's just a coincidence, but nothing's a coincidence.
Exactly.
The universe is delivering what it needs to deliver at that time,
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
yeah.
so happy that you are being looked after so nicely.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. And you are being given all kinds of encouragement and confirmation.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Hmm.
Any changes because you are changing?
Relationship wise, well, I know, as far as like some of the family things that are happening because of this lovely COVID we're in, I had, reached out to my brother.
Mm,
We don't see each other all the time, but I had a good meeting with him, and I believe our relationship got a bit closer.
nice.
And I had a conflict with my daughter, which
Okay.
is okay. It's okay. We're working through it, but she's very open, and so I got to work through that. But it's very, how do I say it? Like the emotionality right now and the energy is very high. So there's like, when I'm out in the public, I can feel a lot of anxious and anger with the
Oh,
general public. Yeah, and it's just, so relationship wise, like that's what I've noticed. And with my husband, it's been, we're always on the same page there. So there's no problems there. Notice that time is flying by so quickly.
mm.
It's like I want to go do certain things on my days off, and it's just like boom, boom, boom. All of a sudden, it's supper time, and you're like, oh, where did that time go? So it's been speeding up for me. I've noticed it's been speeding up for the last probably 10 years, but
Mm.
I'm finding now it's almost like I'm on like one of those spinning things that you used to have in the park when you were a kid, and you'd push on it and
Yes.
run around in a
Yes.
circle. You'd jump on it and it would just
Yeah.
swing you off.
Yes.
That's what I feel like I'm on. Then I just have to
Mm.
take the time to like calm down and just slow down and, focus and center and whatnot. But
Mm.
yeah, so as far as relationship goes, yeah, everything's going well that way. But just noticing a lot of like people are really angry. So I just have to center myself in love and just kind of say, love and peace to people who are just vibrating at a different frequency. Try and be peaceful.
Why do you feel people are angry?
I think just with what's going on in the world right now, there's so many mixed messages, and I find our society looks for someone to lead them and guide them, as opposed to just being themselves and guiding and leading themselves. I feel that they're looking for direction and they're getting mixed messages, and they're trying to follow someone that, is giving them mixed messages. So they're getting lost and they're getting frustrated. They're getting angry. And so I think of love and peace and, send them insight, send them just calming energy. And it works because I'll just be standing there with my hand on my heart and just like, okay, I need to like spread some love around everybody here in the, the area that I'm in. And it's amazing how it works because you just center to self and, your higher self and channel it. And it's pretty powerful stuff. Which
I
is
say,
cool.
because I think you're doing marvelous. I mean, that's all we can do, send
Yeah.
love, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, some people need the guidance, but we cannot go to individual people saying, I will help you, but when they're ready, only they will receive it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we simply send the love out from our heart.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then smoothen out these angers, that the energy in anger and anxiety, smoothen out a little bit, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you almost feel like their vibration, like you can feel it. And it starts to make you kind of like jittery and anxious. So then I'm like, oh, no, I'm not taking that on.
Yeah, right.
So you do the shield and then you kind of just express love. And
Right.
it's pretty neat to watch it all transpire.
You can feel right away the effect of your love, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Wonderful. It is good that you are very feeling person, and so that you can feel right away the effect of it. And
Yeah.
majority of people, they are not aware of when they do that, and they just, their brain thinks that they've done it, and then that's the rest of it is unknown. But your case, you feel, you sense, because you are very, your ability is so much, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Any
Yeah.
other things have you done to improve yourself?
It's been a bit busy, so for me to actually come in, like, this is my meditation room. But
Oh,
for me,
I see. What are
yeah,
these white stripes that I'm seeing in front of you?
it's an actual pyramid.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
Yeah, and it's made out of PVC. You can buy them online.
Mm.
It actually creates the vortex, so you can get to
Oh,
it by yourself faster, if you will.
oh, I see.
Yeah, and it's grounded with oh, what's the rock in it? The crystals, like the white crystals. Can't think of the name of them right now. Oh my gosh.
Wonderful. So when you sit in, actually, do you feel something?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can, when I sit in it, because it has that, if you look up sacred geometry,
Yes.
yeah, it creates the vortex. So when I'm sitting in it, it's like I'm kind of like doing this,
Oh,
but I'm
okay.
not, but I can feel the energy.
Okay.
And when I sit in here and meditate, if I'm in here, 10 minutes, 15, whatever, just whenever I come out from my meditation, I have to actually the room is actually spinning.
Oh, I see.
So I've got to just open my eyes and kind of look around and kind of ground myself again before I step out, because the energy is so strong in here.
Very effective.
Yeah, very effective. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's actually a pyramid is made of, you are saying PBS?
Yeah, the PVC or whatever the pipe is called, PVP.
Some sort of pipe.
It's like a plastic pipe. Yeah.
Oh, I see. You kind of install, you,
Yeah.
what do you call
Hook
it?
it together, just like a tent sort of thing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, it's got like a square background, square bottom, and the tubes are hollow, so they actually impact them with the crystals, the grounding crystals,
Mm-hmm.
and the sand. Yeah, and then there's like a I haven't bought one yet, but you can buy like a crystal of whatever kind you want, and you can actually put it at the peak of the pyramid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I haven't bought one of those yet because I thought I'm doing pretty good without it. I get one of those, I might astral plane.
Yeah, that would, I was just thinking you could fly out, right?
Yeah, that's right. Don't know if I'm ready for that yet. So.
And your husband said, oh no, please don't go yet.
Exactly.
I need you, right?
That's right. Well, I would come back. It's just, I might not. If I get up there, I might not want to come back down.
Well, that temptation is so high then, right?
Exactly.
That's
But
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just working on, just trying to be more open and more loving, because right now, as you know, the world's pretty crazy. So just trying to work on that a lot. And then, yeah, I haven't, because I'm still working full time. So for me to come home and kind of chill and, do your daily things, I just have to schedule it like you schedule your haircut or, your appointments with your yoga or whatever. I just got to sit down and focus more on that as opposed to reacting to my schedule.
Yes.
So,
What are your senses, what the world is going to go?
I believe it's going to all be better. It's going to figure itself out. I think we're all going to live in like more love. I think we're transitioning into more love. I think humans have gotten so angry and so greedy and more materialistic than they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed through these COVID lockdowns for myself that because I used to go, have like facials and get my nails done, get my toes done. And I realized, you know what, that was a lot of waste of my time and energy. So I don't do that anymore. So for me, it's you don't realize how much you don't need like all that material junk. Like I've never been like a hoarder, or I don't have little knickknacks around my house. I like clean. I don't have a lot of clothes. People think I do, but I don't. I just know how to transition and wear them in different combinations, so it looks like I have. So I'm not a person that has a lot of things, if you will. And just going through those lockdowns, it was just making you like reflect in towards yourself and go, hey, like, do you really need to have your nails done? Well, no, because I say to my kids, it's a want over a need. Do you need food? Yes. Do you want to have pretty nails? Yes, but necessities, right? So I found that pretty cool, because we've been spending a lot more time with our family and having more, conversations. And I think because of these lockdowns, we've grown closer together, and I've had that realization where, I don't need to have my nails done, and I could be doing something else. I could be working on myself. I could be helping a person. I could be, shopping for an elderly person who can't get out of the house, instead of sitting there going, oh, I'll get my nails done or my toes done. So I found that that awakening was, it really resonated with me, that you don't need all these things that society is telling you you do need.
Wonderful. I think you really say the right focal point of what's happening right now. And you are really doing it great.
Exactly.
And a lot of people that I met, they say, I realized that I don't need much. They realize that all the rest of it was just not required anymore.
Yes.
And becoming more like owning accessory things, and life becomes more simpler, and then seeking more inward rather than outside satisfactions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that seems to be. That reminds me, about some time ago, we had the incident. Remember that all of a sudden, WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram all just shut off for entire day?
Yep.
What are your senses about it?
My senses are that there's some things going on that we don't know about. And I believe that it's the works of some good people that are trying to kind of make us realize what we do and don't need. And I think it's the internet and all that stuff. I find that it's great for resources, but I also find there's a darkness to it. Because for the longest time, I've been on my phone. I'm talking to a friend, about, we need a new mattress, or I need to, I need to look up like where I can go to buy, I don't know, shoelaces, for example. And then all of a sudden, all these ads show up on my phone for new mattresses and shoelaces.
Oh,
I'm like,
no privacy.
Okay. Exactly. So, and I had this really, this moment, oh my gosh, how long ago was that? It was probably about 17 plus years ago. I was in my hairdresser's, sitting there waiting to get my hair done. And this gentleman was sitting beside me, and he was on his phone, and I was reading a book, because I don't know why, it was weird. I was looking at a magazine, but he was on this phone. And I don't know how we got talking. I don't know who the gentleman was or whatever. And all of a sudden he just pipes up to me and goes, well, do you have a cell phone? And I said, yeah. And he goes, well, how come you're not on it? And I said, well, I don't need it right now. I'm not like glued to it all the time. I'm just reading the magazine. And he says, well, they're watching you. I'm like, what? Who are they? And he says, oh, I don't know how, we just got into this deep conversation about, and he actually worked, he didn't say his name, he didn't say where he worked, but he actually works for a company that was building the software to actually follow you on your phone.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. So I don't know why he just came out and told me this, but I just remember it from years ago. And so when I was picking my phone up and looking, going, well, why is my mattress advertisements coming up? Then that brings me back to that moment where that gentleman was saying, well, they're watching you. So I don't know, I just clicked those two things and, I dive into my rabbit holes and trying to figure out, well, who are they? So.
Yeah, that's so true, because every time when you surf something, before you know it, like you say, some advertisement comes to your mobile, all of a sudden, okay, they know exactly what we do.
Exactly.
But our interests, what the colors we like,
Yeah.
And it's just, sometimes you get spooky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And a lot of people were panicking, like, oh, is your internet? Because I was at work at the time and they're like, is your internet down? Is it working? Da, 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 da. With my work, because our computers are plugged into the internet. I don't know if it was the Wi-Fi that was coming down or the internet in particular. I'm not tech savvy. I said, well, mine's okay. Like, and my debit machine was working and glitching out every now and then. But it was so funny because I'm just sitting there and I'm like, patients are in our waiting room and I'm watching them and they're all freaking out. They're all going, oh, is your internet down? Is your Wi-Fi down? And I'm like, no, it's not, but theirs weren't. So I don't know if it was different stations or not stations, servers. And just to watch their reaction, because they were sitting there looking at their phone and they started to panic because they couldn't look at their phone and get on social media. And I'm like, hey, how about just like sit there and close your eyes and just chill for a minute, or like read a book, or maybe say hi to the person sitting beside you, or have a conversation with a human. Like, so I was looking around, and when that was happening in the clinic, I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden that darkness, the sense when I'm thinking about the internet, and I just get this dark, heavy feeling, and I'm thinking, okay, well, we're probably not supposed to be like, having internet. Like, we should be interacting with humans more. So, yeah.
A great observation. And I feel that those kind of all of a sudden thing might happen more often in the future.
Yes.
That it's just beginning of.
Yeah.
Who knows? But it started once and they can do it more, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And kind of training us for what is a better way to communicate humans other than this social media.
Yeah.
Like you said, make a personal contact, go deep in relationship, talk more sincere way rather than just the hi, whatever, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So we have to go back to the foundation where we are actually, human communication in real person to person, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel that those kind of energies kind of make that thing happen. But then the other side, there are always the dark and light, a polarity of the creation, right?
Yeah.
When that happens, it could be maybe one side of it, but then always creates the other side of it to make it always balanced, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The balance.
Absolutely. So because that reaction, who knows how many other development is occurring right now.
Yes.
It wasn't that long ago, so people will find out, okay, wait a minute, we are too dependent on this kind of social media now. What else can we do to improve our life other than that, depending on that? Because we gave so much power on that thing, right?
Exactly.
So pull back and then find other solution. Exactly.
Yep. Little story. So when we were coming back from this rally in London, there's a place in you heard of Blackstock? You know where Blackstock is? I don't know exactly where it is because it was at nighttime and we were coming off the highway. So my friend that was driving, she said, hey, there's a bit of a dance and a get together at Soul Shine. And I'm like, Soul what? Soul Shine? And she goes, well, come on, we're going to go. And I'm like, okay, I'm into it. So we had our 15 layers of clothes on because it was cool last night, and we get there. And apparently this couple bought this land. I don't know when. I didn't have the opportunity to talk with her, but it used to be an old Girl Guide camp. So I don't know how many acres it was. So we pull in the driveway and we go down the hill, and then there's people with flashlights, and this is about 8 o'clock at night, and they're like, oh, okay, we'll park over here. We get out and they led us to the path, and you're walking through this path and it's all lit up with, white lights and stuff. And the music's just going, and there's a huge bonfire, and everyone's like just having such a great time. And I'm like, well, what the heck is this? And it's called Soul Shine. So SOUL. And then shine. And this girl or this couple knew what was coming as far as separation in communities. And she wanted to bring people back together, like-minded people. So they have festivities, or they have get-togethers every now and then. And then last night was just a bonfire get-together dance. So they had these huge tents, and they had all these lights out. They had this huge bonfire. They had a DJ. And they had like some drinks and some food, but you didn't have to buy anything. It was just by donation. So you could have like a piece of pizza, and you could give them 50 cents or whatever you could afford. And there's kids running around with sparklers, and there must have been like 200 people there. And the energy there was incredible. Like it was raining a little bit when we first got there, and I'm just like, okay, well, let's not have it rain because it's cool. And I said, let's have a nice night. And I'm not saying that I created the rain to go away, but I just imagined it and just said, let's have a really fun time. And probably within 10 minutes, the rain stopped and the skies opened, and you could see the stars. I haven't seen the stars in forever because the skies are so polluted, right? With light, so you can't see them. And I was just walking around with my two friends, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so fun. And they do a lot of different things too. So you can check them out on Facebook, because I'm like, I'm coming back here because they're doing like a Halloween thing with kids, and they're very friendly, kid oriented. So they want families to come out, and there were so many kids there, and it was so cute to just watch them all running around and roasting marshmallows, and, no silly little diapers on their faces. But the energy there was just like pure love. It was so fun.
Sounds so, that's the way we have to go back.
Yep.
Yeah, be ourselves, just let it go and enjoy the moment, right?
Yep. Yeah. No phones, no computers. The guy there had a turntable. The only electronics was a speaker.
Okay.
And
fantastic.
Well, and the lights were pretty cool though.
There are so many people are offering those kind of things nowadays. And they're really doing a great job.
Oh, absolutely. And they're building little communities within. And, I just recently met another girl through another friend, and she has a farm, and she sells like free range beef, chickens, eggs. She makes honey. She jars pickles and beets. Like, it's just like everything's just kind of coming in, right?
Wonderful.
So I bought a bunch of free range chicken and put them in the freezer, and so I think it's bringing us back to, community like the way it was. Like, oh, okay, well, you have a dozen eggs, I'll buy you a chicken, or can I exchange you for like a pot of honey or something, right? As opposed to going, well,
Yeah, I think that's the way we are going back, somebody says. So who knows, that could be the beginning of, right? I don't know, some higher self of client says that we are going to go back the way we used to be back in so many 100 years ago, and people start to barter it, exchange, like you said, eggs versus chickens, exchange whatever you have, right? The services will be all offered through with another thing. There will be no monetary things are going around. So I don't know when that's going to happen, but that's the way higher self says.
Yeah, I've received that as well. I'm excited to get there, because even my daughter said we had to buy a house for them to move into, because kids these days, unless you're inheriting so much money, like they can't get ahead.
I know, so expensive. City, it's metropolitan Toronto is the highest, so high. Even probably they need several inheritance to buy.
Right? They inherit it separate and everybody gets a small piece. But it's the prices have just gone through the roof. It's ridiculous.
It
And
is.
inflation, like gas is like 145. Like, I don't know what it is there, but
Why do they go up so high, the gasoline?
oh, I
Any
don't know.
reason why the gas has to be so high?
Well, I believe it's the government. I think they've increased the price because like the taxes, if you look at the breakdown on the fee of what the person actually makes at selling the gas versus the taxes that they have to give back to the government. So I think they're just trying to recover from giving out all that CERB.
Yeah, for 2 years of, you know, the offerings, right? It has come from somewhere.
Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to add?
It was a huge, yesterday was a pretty, because the energy in the park and the rally was pretty high. And then it was like the balance, because when we were walking around all these people and all these speakers were talking, you could feel like a lot of anger, a lot of frustration in the crowd, and then a lot of love as well. And it was great because this gentleman was walking around with stickers, and they were in a heart. There was a red heart, and he had a big roll of stickers, and it says "I love you" on it. And he just kept handing it out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love you too.
That's so neat.
I know, it was pretty neat. And then so the balance of being there with all that high kind of like negative energy, and then going to that soul shine afterwards, it just kind of went.
Yes.
Yeah, just went, okay, I'm calm now, because I was like, ooh.
Yes, yes, yes.
Bringing the energy down. But moving from our session, I think it's, again, it's just heightened my self-awareness and my higher self. And truthfully, I need to work on that a bit more than because I was doing a lot of meditation, but the last couple of weeks have been like with Thanksgiving and my son coming home, and my daughter's supposed to be coming home, and they're coming from far distances. So it was just preparing and getting ready for that. So that kind of took away my time for my self-work. So moving forward, I'm going to have a bit more time to do that. So, but those are pretty significant events that happened yesterday. And then prior to that, just kind of being at work and watching people with, the internet going down. And
yeah, so much going on. If you glue on TV, I mean, life is total mess. I mean, where to go from, right? Yeah. It's best to go within, quiet, and then meditate and connect with the source. Then only then we can find the peace and contentment.
Absolutely.
I feel that you have improved so much more after the session, even, I find.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you are from very sensitive person to start with. And then now I am hearing what you have gone through. It feels like you are really close with your higher self, almost like a neck to neck.
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful communication.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I want more time to work on it. Yeah.
And more time will come, right? As you already know. Yeah.
Yeah. And I did some research on some like meditation and such. And I didn't realize. So I did some research on your pineal gland.
And
so I've heard that the fluoride in the water and your toothpaste and all other things in the environment actually, I want to say cloud your pineal gland. I don't know the right term, but it dumbs it down, if you will. So I've been doing some meditation on cleaning up my pineal gland. So when I started working on that and doing that, holy smokes. So when I started working on that after our session, and when I had my little times where I could, meditate for 5 or 10 minutes, and the following day, or even the events moving forward, I'm seeing a lot of different signs. So again, the clouds opening up.
Yes.
I keep looking up to the sky. I don't know why. And I'm looking at these clouds and I'm like, these aren't normal clouds. Like there's something going on up there.
Maybe UFO. Spaceship is hovering.
Could be. But they're just the different, like when we were driving home yesterday, there was 4 different colors of clouds. Like there was this dark, I got pictures. I could email them to you to look at. So there was like this dark, ominous looking cloud. And then behind it was lighter, and then behind it was lighter, and then behind it was even lighter. And then the sunset. There was like these layers of different colors. I'm like, I don't remember seeing them, and the shapes of them. And just, I don't know, like the heightened senses, like clouds, when you see them in the sky, for me, they've seemed bigger, they seem puffier, they seem whiter. It's almost like there's like a shine to them.
Uh-huh.
And these darker clouds were just so definitive in the different colors. It was just crazy. And then all of a sudden this rainbow pops up and I'm like, what's going on?
Wonderful.
Yeah. It was like the dark versus the light. I don't know. It was just the energy, and it was just observing it and watching things. Like, I think my eyes are more wide open now, if you will. Yeah. I'm seeing things more clearly, if you will. Like, I saw things before, but I'm noticing them, I think, more defined and more frequently. So it's definitely worked in helping me get to my higher self faster. So
very nice. Very nice. Recently a client came in, then she said she saw many UFOs.
Oh yeah.
In a bright daylight. I mean, usually people don't see it, but she saw it. Obviously her state of consciousness in higher dimension. So that's why it was shown to her. But it was saying that they are from the planet of Pleiades, and they keep checking on her and following. And one time, the guy from the ship came down and said, are you willing to go? And she freaked out, says, no, I'm not ready to go, right?
Yes.
Apparently, she made a contract before she comes into this world that drop in, remind me that if I'm ready, I will exit from this world.
Oh, so neat.
And it was her choice, but it was contracted that way. So they accomplished, what do you call it? They complete their contract, expedited to her. But she just freaked out and forgot. Of course, the veil came down and she didn't know what it was, right? And scared of it and said no and ran away. So they departed and zoom out, right? So it's happening nowadays as well. Not only the outskirts of the suburban area, it's down in city here too. So it's just a matter of where you are attuned with it or not. They are always here.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah. And then more will be more prominently visible to us. That's what higher self says.
Yes.
Because it's about time that they should really reveal themselves or something.
Oh, I can't wait.
all my information is all coming from the session anyway, because I myself are not so sensitive. My job is just asking questions. So from asking questions, I got to know all these things, right? And I wish I am also as sensitive as you are, feeling, seeing and everything. But obviously it's not my cup of tea. So, so be it, right?
Exactly. Yep. Everybody's got their things, right?
So you are planning to sign up the class as we talked about?
I'm working my way up to that, definitely. Yeah, I'm going to be signing up for it. I just have to get a few things taken care of around here before I delve into that. I'm actually doing a class. I should have been done by now, but it's how many hours is it? Is it 40-hour class I'm doing online. I'm halfway through it. So once I finish that one, then I'm going to go into that one.
Wait for the time. I think it's around Black Friday or American Thanksgiving time, right?
Oh, and you know what? It's probably divinely going to be happening at that point, because I'm looking at my course load and I'm looking at it going, okay, I got to get this done. I've been slacking. I haven't focused on it. So I got to get more focused on that. And by that time, because I've got another 20 hours and I don't do it every day. So when I have time to do 1 or 2 hours, it's probably like once a week or twice a week. So I do the math on that and work my way up to Black Friday. It's probably going to be that exact timing.
And it's only October, middle of October. So another 5 or 6 weeks to go, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Very
and
nice.
10-hour class as well.
What is that?
Is the I forget the name, the QHH, is it?
You go to QHHTofficial.com and register online, and because you will see that they will offer it. And last year they did it, so I'm sure that they're going to offer the same thing at $200 discount. So watch the time of the Black Friday, or if not, then Christmas time. And last year they did the same thing. So I'm assuming they're going to do the same thing. If they do, that's a time you get $200 saving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I couldn't remember the initials. I knew it was QHH, and I didn't know if there was anything after that.
Well, when you need it, I will send it over to you.
Okay. Perfect.
The links, right? But whatever is to do with the quantum healing, always go to QHHTofficial.com. Then everything is there. They talk about courses and talk about Dolores Cannon and find the practitioner, and everything is all there.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect.
Beautiful. You are doing so well. I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
I liked your pyramid that you have, and I'll get that information from you later. Will that be okay?
Absolutely.
And I would love to try that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks cool. Excellent.
I'd move the camera around, but I've got it set up that if I moved it to show you, it would do a horrible job. So I can just maybe send you some pictures and some information.
Okay. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Anything else you want to share?
Anything? No, as far as like my experience from that, but no, everything's kind of moving along and working on myself more. And yeah, and for anybody out there that is hesitant to do your sessions, don't hesitate.
Nice.
It's a great experience.
It helps people, right? Having a session. I mean,
Definitely.
they get to know why they are here, where from, where to go, and heal the physical issues and all that. I mean, it just covers everything.
Absolutely. Oh, that one thing I did want to share is when we were working on my shoulder.
Yes, yes.
And the visualization when you were asking higher self to heal the shoulder. I just kept seeing like these fingers coming like this, and it was pulling out the damage in my shoulder like toffee.
Yes, yes, yes.
I haven't had a problem with my shoulder.
Beautiful.
No, it's been fine. Like it clicks and pops, but I have no ache, pain, or anything like that anymore.
Wonderful.
It's a constant ache.
I know. So that was not from this life. So
yeah.
We had to go back, right?
That's right.
Beautiful. Yeah. Excellent. I thank you so much for sharing your experience, and then invest your time for talking for the public as well. And so I will communicate again. And then when you register the course, and whatever you need any help, I'm here to help.
Oh, thank you so much.
Don't hesitate to ask, okay?
I definitely will do that. I'm excited.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sonia.
You have a great week.
I will. You as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.